Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Getting back to Justice for All. I was able to get through the first chapter in the last stream. I missed the stream on Wednesday for reasons. Got up late, it was busy, and then it was late, and then Deltarune came out. So I played a bunch of Deltarune. I haven't finished chapter 4 yet. I'm working on it. I was trying to get my controller set up because there's a thing that would be best to use with 8 directions, but the Nintendo Switch controller hates computers and decides it needs to push every button, so when I tried to plug it in, it ate like half my inventory before I could unplug it. So I had to quit that, but I saved shortly before getting to the point where I needed that, so it's whatever. But yeah, Deltarune is good. Play it. But now, it's time to play Ace Attorney. Starting the game. There it is. Yes, yes. It like always jitters around the screen before it shows up properly. Okay. Getting into episode 2. That was no accident. Who is this? I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. Okay, this is probably not Phoenix then. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eni? Oh, I don't know what that is. I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. Oh, are we going possessed by a ghost? Because she was working on that sort of thing. Interesting. I can't believe something like this happened. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. June 16th, 3:34 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. Hello there. You're new. What depressing rain. Do you understand how depressed that makes me? Do you? I guess. But actually, more than being depressed, I'm angry. Angry at that weather girl on TV. I think our little rainy spell will take a break with a day of sun. Is what that girl said. I'd stake my life on it. Well, it's the weather. That's why I didn't bother to bring an umbrella today. What nerve, calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. About your case. Unless you're planning on suing the weather girl? I'm sorry. I thought that before we got down to business, we could have some friendly chatter. My name is Dr. Turner Gray. I'm a surgeon. Remind me to never end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. Oh, you're the doctor at... It's really quite upsetting. Did you hear me? Upsetting. Yes, I heard you. I agree, it's quite upsetting, Dr. Gray. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It was her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. That's a lot. That's really bad. And yet, now listen good, and yet, that nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me, and this is a kicker. She up and has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. Smash, crunch, instantly transforming her car into the accordion model. That's right. About a year ago, all the tabloid shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice and the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. There were rumors that Dr. Gray had actually caused that crash. People said it was to forever hide the person responsible for the malpractice incident. Why would I? Now I'm just going to say this once. Why on earth would I want to kill that nurse? She's the one who killed those 14 patients, not me. I think you need to take a deep breath, Doctor, and focus. More to the point, this case is over a year old. Why bring it up now? That's simple, because the situation is slipping out of my grasp. This just won't do. My clinic isn't seeing nearly as many patients nowadays. I doesn't sound surprising at all. Do you understand what that means? It means they're not coming to my clinic. You don't say. If it were me, I don't think I'd want to go either. So, what would you like me to do about it? I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. You do realize I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right? No, this is something only you can do. Maya Fey. You know this girl, correct? Maya, why would he know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Well, yes, I mean, hey, wait a second here. I worked under her? Yes, am I wrong? She told me, so I'm not quite sure if... Well, we worked a few trials together, but she went back to her hometown to undergo more training. Yes, I heard. It must be lonely for you. What? Wait, I'm not. She must be an extraordinary girl to handle such rigid training. Huh? I have an acquaintance who knows a lot about these mystical sort of things. She's the one who introduced me to Miss Fey. Is Maya really that famous? And I've already set up an appointment. For what? What else? A channeling. I'm going to have her call the spirit of that nurse who went and got herself killed. Oh. Maya. I wonder what she's up to right now.
We, the women of the Fey clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
That's what she told me. I guess she's learned to accept her responsibilities and become an adult. Not counting training, this will be her first time channeling a spirit. So she gave me one condition before accepting my request. A condition? The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said that she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me? And that is why I've searched you out. You want to see her too, don't you? And so, That is how I ended up visiting Maya's hometown with the doctor. June 19th, 1:25 p.m. Kurain Village. Kurain. Probably that. Kurain Village. So this is Kurain Village, Maya's hometown. Hello, toddler. Why, hello there. What an odd little girl.
Hey, wait up, Pearly. Is this Maya?
Someone else? Someone else is coming this way.
Nick!
Maya, how are you? It's good to see you again.
Wow, I didn't think you'd really show up.
It's not that big a deal. I made it sound like you were so far away. Checking.
Well, maybe I exaggerated just a little.
It was only 2 hours by train. If I had known you were this close, I'd have visited more.
No, you're not allowed. I already decided, you know. Until I become an adult, I have to work hard and be strong by myself.
Oh, well... Anyway, congratulations. I'm glad to hear training is going well for you. Talking's probably gonna advance things. I'd like to... What's this one? Look around. Rustic thatched roofed houses where the other villagers live line the streets. They're nowhere near as large or as nice as the manor in front of me. It's kind of odd that I don't see any of the other villagers walking around, though. Big stone. A giant rock that seems to be reaching for the sky. Its origins are written on a beat-up old sign. Looks like this giant rock is called the Kurain Boulder. There's a really complex explanation written here, but long story short, it's a big stone for spirits to live in, or something like that. An old bus stop. It says Kurain Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since they only come 3 times a day. It's an old-style phone booth. I can't say it fits in with this area too well. My cell phone doesn't get reception up here, so who knows. I may need it later. Oh, that's just a big house. The biggest, most elegant of the buildings I can see from here. This is Fey Manor, the place Maya calls home. It's easy to be overwhelmed by its presence. Nope. Looks like you finally become a full-fledged medium, taking on your first job.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be this soon.
But this case, do you know the messy story behind it?
Behold, the power of the Maya Intelligence Network. Let's see, 14 people died because of malpractice on Dr. Gray's part, right? And to pin the blame on the nurse, he killed her in what appeared to be a car accident.
Huh? So what is this Maya Intelligence Network, anyway?
The tabloids.
That's what I thought.
I'm just pulling your leg, Nick. What really happened is the exact opposite. I heard all about it from Dr. Gray. Oh, come on, Nick. I wouldn't take a crazed killer as a client. That's too scary, even for me.
Yeah, I guess so. Hold on. Yeah. I've really got to get a better chair at some point. This one's not actively broken, so whatever. One time I did have a chair that was actively broken. I tried to go to the, I think it was Walmart in town, and it was in a box. I got it, I took it home, I opened it up, and it didn't have any wheels in the box. There wasn't even space for them. So we went back to the store, we're like, hey, there's no wheels, do you have them stored in a separate place? And it didn't seem like they did, or at least they didn't know where they were. And it's just like, how did you do this? What happened? Why aren't there wheels? Or legs, or anything? Very odd. Let's see. Kodine Village. So this is your hometown, huh, Maya?
Yep. Kodine Village. But I've heard people call this place Medium Valley, too.
Interesting. So everyone that lives here is a spirit medium?
Pretty much. Most of my ancestors were, too, I think.
That's probably true, since the Fae ability to communicate with the dead is so strong.
Actually, only the women of this village are mediums.
So what do the men do?
They usually work someplace outside the village.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that girl I saw earlier. Do you know her?
Oh, you mean Pearly?
Pearly?
Pearl Faye. She's my cousin. Isn't she adorable? Just like yours truly.
Cousin? Wait, then that means, is she also a...
Yep, she's a medium too. Pearly's a real genius when it comes to channeling.
I see. I hope I didn't scare her when I tried to talk to her earlier.
Nah, it's not you. My aunt drilled it into her head that if a suspicious-looking person tries to talk to you, run away.
Suspicious looking?
Well, you're not wearing training clothes, for starters.
Of course not.
Pearly is my aunt's most valued treasure, so she's not allowed to go outside of town. She doesn't know much about the world outside of Crying Village.
Aunt?
Pearly's mother is my aunt, duh. Come on, Nick. Well, Nick, I've got to get going. It's about time for the channeling to start.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the channeling at my house, so come on in, okay? After I'm done, you can grill up some juicy burgers.
Alright. Good luck, Maya.
Thanks.
Well, at least she's still the same perky Maya. I looked at everything, so I guess we'll head inside. Meditation room. They translated one sign. That's very funny. Admittedly, most of them are a little too blurry to quite make out what they say, but that big one over the door, you'd think they could have done. June 19th, Fae Manor Meditation Room, that's what it said. Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you showed. Some nice weather we're having today. Aren't you happy? No, not at all. That stupid weather girl made the wrong call again. It will rain cats and dogs today, she said with a straight face. I mean, did you check the weather for this area, though? This place is 2 hours away. It's probably got different things happening. I can't believe they allow such misguided reports on the public airwaves. Well, looks like talking about the weather with this guy is just asking for punishment. But anyway, this is a splendid manor. No argument there. It's hard to believe this is Maya's house, though. I was given a guide map to this building. Here, Mr. Wright, I have a copy for you, too. Guide map added to the court record. Like a diagram of Fae Manor. Sure, let's take a look. Okay. So we're in the meditation room here, I think. Channeling chamber, which is probably behind the big door. Hallway, another room. Other places probably exist. It does say partial. Just, you're not meant to go there, I guess. What's this? A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's one in English. It says 100 ways to save money. Okay, so you're just like, just say it's in English. We'll just not deal with the sign itself. That's funny. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Outside. The store leads out to the winding way. The weather outside looks really nice. Oh, we have no big sign. Someone with a lot of skill wrote these 4 Chinese characters with a brush. I think they're Japanese, but I guess that's also because the kanji were Chinese. Okay. Oh look, here's a translation. Once in a lifetime. This message is people should value their ghostly meetings as once-in-a-lifetime chances. Okay. The door that leads to the channeling chamber, the place where spirits and people meet. The iron in this door was tempered, making it very solid. Looks like there's a strong lock on this door to top it off. Okay, so it's like no one can get in the room at all. Don't even worry about it until it becomes a problem when someone's dead in there. It's fine. What are you going to do once the nurse's spirit has been called? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to have her write a signed confession. A signed confession? Yes, a confession. Pay attention, I'll have her write this. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died due to my negligence. And then, on May 24th, I fell asleep at the wheel and died in a car accident due to my further negligence. I'm sorry and I apologize for being negligent. That's what I'll have her write. The confession, the rain falling on my soul can finally stop. Oh, I see. So, how did you hear about my FA? I heard about her from an acquaintance, a girl studying the occult at the college. That girl introduced me to this village. This is the home of the Kurine School. This is the home of the Kurine School of Channeling. The home, huh? And Miss Maya is a daughter of the Master, I hear. Master? Anyway, do you see that door? That's the room where people and spirits meet. Miss Maya's aunt is in there right now. Do you care to meet her? Let's see. Go back to the village. Oh. Not necessarily. Seems rude to go in there while she's in there. And got it shut. Maybe she's doing something. June 19th, Fay Manor, Winding Way. Wow, this garden is really breathtaking. Someone put a lot of love into it. What's that over there? Is that an incinerator? Looks a little out of place in a garden like this. It's a small incinerator. I don't think garbage trucks come all the way out here to tiny villages like this, so every family has to burn their own trash. A splendid garden with a small lamp and traditional decorations. It's a bit small to walk around in. Although that incinerator piques my curiosity. I already looked at it. You don't have to keep talking about it. I'm more interested in this vase. It's a really old urn. Whatever. The ashes of a person long dead are inside. Looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting, so time to move on. Why isn't that interesting? It's a lot more interesting than the incinerator. Looks like there's a room over there, too. A peaceful feeling is emanating from it. Okay. Not much to look at. What's in here? Someone's bedroom. Someone seems to be in the bed, actually. June 19th, Fay Manor, side room. So this is the side room. Looks like it's more of a break room. There's bedding spread out on the floor. It looks like someone's sleeping in one. I shouldn't disturb them. It's a small alcove. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean or symbolize. If I had one of these in the office, it would end up as storage space. But here, it's decorated with some pretty flowers and a beautiful hanging scroll. Some sort of bear. It's a decorative wooden bear sculpture. There's a plate attached to the base. Codine Village, the heart of channeling. What the? It's a souvenir. So does this mean it's easy to spot bears here? And for them to spot you? Ugh. There's bedding spread out on the floor. Is that someone sleeping in one over there? She's probably an exhausted medium taking a break and catching some Z's. If I wake her up, she might be grumpy and throw a spell over me, and throw a spell on me. It's probably a good idea to not disturb her sleep. This is the first time I've seen a sliding door like this in person. From here I can see the winding way and the little garden in the courtyard. Not a whole lot to look at in here. So I guess we'll head back and go in to this room. What's up? Ooh, candles. June 19th, Fae Manor Channeling Chamber. Wow, it's such a strange atmosphere in here. These flickering lights, I guess they're candles. You must be the aunt. Good sir, who might you be? My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, you must be that good sir. Good sir, is she talking about me? You are a lawyer, are you not, good sir? I've heard much about you from Mystic Maya. Is that so? Mystic Maya? I am Mystic Maya's aunt, Morgan Fay. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's fun, like Morgan Le Fay. I'd wanted to speak with you about a certain incident, good sir. It would seem that perhaps you asked too much of Mystic Maya in performing your duties. Most unbecoming, I'm afraid. Huh? Don't tell me you have already forgotten. That was it not for Mystic Maya and her assistance, you would surely not have won. First a girl that runs away, and now an old lady who says they stink at doing my job. When did I become the poster boy for how not to make a first impression? The past is the past, though. Let us speak of the present now. Thank you. This folding screen is really showing its age. All of the edges are a bit tattered. The lettering is fading too. I think I recognize a few of the characters on here. That's not. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Maybe I'll ask Maya about it later. Sure. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is feels very important. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface. And some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. Good sir, I wonder if you would please not touch the sacred objects. Those objects are being offered to the spirits. If you were to touch them, good sir, they would become cursed. Yes, cursed. She really didn't have to talk down to me. I'm not that much of an idiot. Just looking at them. I can look at the wall. Why? There's some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. Okay. Look at the candles themselves. The tatami mats. Oops. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. Why is it humid in here with all the candles? candles dry out the air? I guess I'm not around a truly unreasonable number of candles like this terribly often. Or ever. The meditation room's on the other side of this very heavy-looking door. There's a giant iron lock where the handle is. Feels like a curtain that separates the normal world from the spirit one. That plus all these candles is... Aren't you gonna, like, suffocate in here? Maybe the ceiling is more porous than it looks or something. Hello, let's talk. So, why do you add Mystic to Maya's name? Isn't that a little strange? Good sir. Yes? How dare you be so rude and disrespectful toward Mystic Maya? I'm sorry. She must be addressed by her proper title, good sir. You must call her Mystic Maya. So about Mystic Maya, it is the blood. Excuse me? Blood. Mystic Maya carries the blood of the Master. In actuality, she's the only one remaining. Only one remaining? What's that supposed to mean? Mystic Maya is the last of the rightful heirs of the Kurain channeling technique. Okay, then where do you stand? It is a little more complicated. Although a woman of the Fae clan, I am merely a member of the Branch family. Branch family? What's that? It is as it sounds. For a member of the Branch family, no matter her spiritual power, she could never become the master of the Kurain school. So, how strong are you? It is a shame, however, I will admit. I cannot even begin to compare the loneliness of my power to the Master's. So that's how it is. So, today's channeling will be your first? Yes, good sir. Because the spirit of a person who dies in a traffic accident is usually very strong. It is usually easier to call that person to our world. Traffic accident, indeed. Channeling will take place here, in this channeling chamber, good sir. Okay. Checking. As you can see, I am in the process of preparing tea. So, this room is the channeling chamber? The place where a spirit medium speaks with those who have departed. I don't suppose you'd mind if we observed the session? Not even think of such nonsense. Only the medium and the client may enter here. Oh. The secrets of the Kurain techniques cannot be seen by just anybody. That never stopped Maya from doing it in front of me before. It is also for your safety, good sir, if something were to go wrong. That is why, while channeling is being performed, that heavy door is securely locked. Oh, that's what the lock is for. Oh, yes. I wonder if you have yet to meet Pearl, good sir. Pearl? She's an adorable, angelic young girl. Oh, that odd... She is my daughter. Now then, what was it you were about to say? What a cute daughter you have. A pure heart that knows not of the evils in this world is a powerful thing, good sir. Please refrain from affiliating with her, I request. Well, it's not like I had the chance to anyway. I must insist and stress that you not let it occur. Okay, I get it. I guess I'll head back out here. Maybe now someone will be over here? Oh. Okay. Hey, you, hold on now. This gal's got a few questions to ask. Okay, who's this? I'm sure I've heard that southern accent somewhere before. Oh, it's you. And your eyes that are just too far apart and make you look like some kind of turtle.
be. It's Mr. Phoenix Wright. How you been? Haven't seen you in what, a year?
You are, you're a lot of heart, right?
Bingo. I'm the one and only paranormal photographer, a lot of heart.
So I guess you're still at it? Being a photographer, I mean.
Of course. And today I'm gonna get myself a real scoop. You wait and see. Oh, that's right. This ain't no time to be wasting time. The channeling's about to get started.
Is it that time already?
Well, should hurry and get to the meditation room. What are you waiting around for? Come on.
I'm guessing that was probably meant to happen after I'd gone to that other room over there. And then had tried to come back or something. But I went over there first. A lot of heart, huh? I've been judging her harshly because of that case, but I guess looking back, we had some good times too. I guess we'll head back over there then. June 19th, Fay Manor Meditation Room. We will now begin the channeling. Mystic Maya, an honored guest, please proceed into the channeling chamber. With this, I can finally swat all those pesky flies once and for all. You hear me? You won't be able to say a single bad thing about me after this. Yeah. You're going to die. You would love to hear them apologize, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? Me? Oh, yeah, I sure would. Mystic Maya, do you have the channeling chamber key?
Yep, right here.
That is most satisfactory. That key is one of a kind, so please take care of it well.
It'll be fine, Aunt Morgan. I won't lose it, trust me. Okay, Dr. Gray, let's get started.
Finally, let's go. Now, let us wait patiently out here for them. Please have some lovely bitter green tea and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts.
Hold on now, Granny.
Granny?
How come we ain't allowed in that room?
Dear madam, you have an impressive grasp of English. From where did you learn it?
What? I'm from the heart of the Heartland.
Is that so? Then I humbly request that you return to this heart of the Heartland. Not sure where that is.
What are you?
This is Kurain Village. If you cannot follow our traditions and rules, we request that you leave.
Sorry.
Wow, she shut Lotta up.
Oh, that's impressive.
Now then, let us wait. Bitter green tea, I think, is a gun. I was going to say something about matcha, but first there's a gun.
Hey now, what was that just now?
It came from inside the channeling chamber.
Hey, that's a gunshot.
Excuse me?
I've heard that sound before. It's a gunshot, I'd bet my afro on it.
Why is that? Maya's in there.
Let's get going. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what's the plan?
What else? We're going to break in.
What? But there's only one key and that kid's got it.
We're going to have to break the door. Is that alright, Miss Fay? Well, yes, but there is one matter. That is... Don't try to stop me. You can send the repair bill over to the Wright & Co. offices later.
Yeah, now that's what I call being a man.
Dr. Gray! Hey. Oh. I was murdered. Maya? That man murdered me. So I killed him. What? Where would you have even gotten a gun? Lotta, at a time like this, crimes like this are perfect for staffing up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Step away from there. Who's saying that? You. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. But... Hurry, before there are more victims here. Hey, let's go, city boy. Leave this to the granny. June 19th, Kudine Village. My cell phone doesn't get reception way out here, so I ended up using the phone booth to call the police. And they're on their way. That's good. Oh, yes, saw a genuine mysterious phenomenon. She seems really on edge because of all this. Not that I blame her. I'm scared to death by what's going on. Hey, mister. That gal, Maya, she wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, was she? Oh, yeah. Lana doesn't know that when Maya is channeling, her whole physical appearance changes. And again, weren't there only the two of them in there? I reckon she must have done it then. That's not a time, but... Lotta, what do you know about Dr. Gray? Not much, but I did some digging. That's one gent with a bad reputation. Really? I hear he's good at surgery and stuff, but his personality stinks like what sheep. I sorta got the same impression myself. He's real controlling. Soon after his nurse or patients don't do what he says, he starts hollering. Must have been real rough to work with him. Work for him. I assume you did call the place already? Yes. Can we go back in? June 19th, Faye Manor Meditation Room. Ah, Mr. Wright. Miss Faye, how's Mystic Maya? She's returned to this world. Spirit severing technique was successful. Let me see her, please. She's still unconscious. I humbly request that you wait outside for her recovery. Guess I just have to wait. The police are here. Sorry to keep you waiting. You got here quick. Huh? You again. What are you doing all the way out here, Detective Gumshoe? It's actually kind of funny. I was in the area for a business trip, pal. Well, time to check out the crime scene. I'll have to question everyone here later on. So just sit tight, alright? Why is he grinning at me? Shall I show you to the scene of the crime, Detective Jimshoe? My name isn't Jimshoe. The two of them went into the channeling chamber. I guess all I can do for now is see what everyone else has to say. Just follow them in. June 19th, Bay Manor Channeling Chamber. The police are busily running here and there, and I don't see Maya anywhere. Hey, you! Don't touch anything! Look, I really need to ask you some questions. Don't look at me like I'm some sort of uncaring jerk. Tell you what, pal. I'll let you ask me a few questions, alright? About Maya. I hate to break this to you, pal, but with the way things look now, that girl's the only one who could have done it. Yeah. Only Maya and the victim were inside this room after all. But Maya is... You can ask more about her later, pal. Right now, I've got a job to do, and that's collecting evidence. Detective Gumshoe looks like a real professional. And yet, something about his expression still looks the same. So, Dr. Gray was shot with a gun, huh? He was shot in the forehead. But he was also stabbed in the chest with a knife. Interesting. Was he shot once or twice? We definitely heard 2 gunshots. A knife? Where did either of these things come from? I suppose I could see a knife just kind of being in here for some purpose or another, but why do you have a gun? Where did you get a gun? Basically, the victim was first stabbed, then he was shot. No looking at anything. Not even a quick glance to remark upon it. Not... Oh well. Guess we're going somewhere else. Over here, I suppose. Over in here, wake up yet? No. June 19th, Fay Manor side room. I'm pretty sure there was someone sleeping here earlier. Like, how can I help you? Who's this? That is...
Like, so isn't it about time to start?
Time to start what?
You know, like the channeling.
Channeling? Oh, no, actually, the situation has kind of changed.
Like, what do you mean?
Please stay calm, but there's been a murder.
So, like, a murder is that thing where, like, one person kills another, right?
Yes, a person has killed another person.
Oh, that's, what are the words I'm looking for? It's like, totally a bummer.
Yeah. After all that effort, that's all she had to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to, like, introduce myself. My name is Mini.
Okay.
At the college, I'm researching and studying parapsychology.
Parapsychology?
That's right. I think people, like, usually call it occult studies or something. Like supernatural phenomenon, ESP, and psychic powers, that sort of stuff.
That's pretty out there. I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. There's definitely someone still here. You left the blanket a mess. Are you going to fold it?
Like, I had a really good nap and, like, I was thinking of leaving it like this, so it's, like, all set for tonight.
Okay. So, what brings you here today?
So I was the one who told Dr. Gray about this place. He asked me, like, do you know of a good spirit medium?
Dr. Gray did say something about being introduced to this place.
Because, like, talking to dead people and, like, multiple personalities are my thing.
I see. And why were you taking a nap here?
Like, I wasn't feeling good.
Huh?
I'm, like, allergic to sesame seeds.
They, like, must have put some in the food they served me for lunch. Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
So I, like, felt sick and came in here to, like, sleep. I totally feel like I've wasted my time because I, like, slept a long time.
Alright. So you were sleeping here the entire time?
Yeah, ever since lunch.
So you don't know anything about the murder that took place?
Like, what? Oh, that, I, like, totally know nothing. So, who was, like, you know, killed?
The surgeon that requested the channeling, Dr. Gray. You know the guy? You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right?
I don't know any Dr. Gray.
Oh, really? And what was all that talk about him earlier?
Well, like a long time ago, I was like a patient, yeah.
She sounds like she's trying to hide something. Were you involved in that incident that killed all those people? Not much else to do with, though. June 19th, Fay Manor, Winding Way. There's no one here, as usual. Ah! Hey, how are you? You're Pearl, right? Silent as ever. What's that she's got in her hand? I've seen it somewhere before. It's the key. You just saw it. Not somewhere. Hello. What is it? Is it my hair? Is it too spiky? Not spiky enough? Oh, there she goes. Okay, nobody's in here. Anything new in here? No. Oh, okay, something's here. June 19th, Kodine Village. You're still here. She's probably scared out of her wits after having a murder take place right by her. Lotta?
God, don't let me be next.
Ugh, don't scare me like that.
What do you mean? You're the one scaring me. If I weren't so tough, you'd be having another dead body on your hands. Mine.
Nope, that's not it. I need to talk, not move. Did you see or notice anything that stuck out at you?
No, well, maybe one thing.
What is it?
Turns out my poor stomach's not good at handling this kind of thing.
What?
Curses and ghosts and stuff coming back to get you. It's just too much, I say.
What is too much?
Being an occult photographer. That's some scary stuff, so I think I'm gonna try being a celebrity photographer now.
Going after photos more within your reach from now on. More glamour, less gore. What's up?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I took some hot pictures earlier.
Huh?
Remember, I took some pictures at the murder scene inside.
She did, too, even.
A seance murder. I sure like the ring of that. It'll be a sensational story.
Lotta.
Sorry, but my journalistic sense is burning inside me. Hate to cut and run, but I'm heading back in. Gotta beat those cops to the scoop of the century.
I don't know who's scarier, Lotta or the spirits. Oh. Stop going off. Why does it feel like we've been through this before? Okay. Lotta running back and forth. June 19th, Fay Manor Meditation Room. Oh, dear madam, you have such impeccable timing.
Like, what's all buzz? Alright everyone, listen up. You too, pal. I'm going to give you all a brief update. Right now, it looks like the investigation's not going to be done until really late.
That is a terrible shame. I propose that everyone sleep here under the roof of the Fey Manor tonight. What a mess. I can't believe how crazy this day turned out. Maya was arrested and taken away by the police, and I don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. June 20th, 8:02 a.m., Fey Manor Meditation Room. Morning. I guess I must have nodded off at some point. I hope Maya's okay. I should hurry and get to the detention center ASAP. Then you did. It looks just like the other one. June 20th, 10:34 a.m., Detention Center Visitors Room.
Nick?
Maya!
What am I going to do? I never imagined it would turn out like this.
Calm down, Maya. Take deep breaths. Come to think of it, the first time I met her, it all started right here in this detention center.
I finally get to see you again, and
it's not your fault. You didn't do it.
No, I did it. I killed that person.
But that wasn't you.
It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. I was too weak, and I couldn't control the spirit's power, so...
I don't want to bring up the case just quite yet, but...
You don't have to be nice to me. I understand.
This new music. Smile, you're on candid camera. I think that was a show of some sort. This guard monitors the visitor's room. Wonder if he's bored. Not that I can tell, since he never looks over this way. No, not move. What exactly happened in the channeling chamber? Okay, so we are back in the main area of town.
I went into that room with Dr. Gray, locked the door, and sat down across from him.
Okay.
We closed our eyes, and I began the channeling.
This is sounding kind of creepy, like the beginning of a scary story.
And that's the last thing I remember.
What?
After a spirit comes into my body, I lose myself, my consciousness.
Then you don't remember a single thing?
When I came to, I was being held in my aunt's arms. And there was blood all over my clothes. Oh, but I do remember having a dream.
A dream? What kind of dream did you have while you were channeling?
I can't remember it all that well, but I was dead and buried in the ground. I couldn't move, and it was unbearable. Really suffocating. It went something like that.
I see. I have no idea what to say to that.
There was a really familiar smell, too.
Under the ground?
Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I know I've smelled that same scent before.
So you're the master of something of the Cardine School of Channeling?
Actually, my mother is, for now. But since that title is passed from mother to daughter, I guess I will be someday.
But many people think channeling isn't real. Think that channeling isn't real, that it's all just an act.
You believe in us, don't you?
Yeah, because I've seen it with my own eyes. Maya's channeling a spirit. Not only her voice, but her whole physical appearance changes. It's a supernatural phenomenon that occurs every time. It happened this time, too. Dr. Gray said he wanted to call the nurse, so... Maya's body must have taken on that nurse's appearance. I guess this is about all the information I'm going to gather today. I'll be back later, Maya. In the meantime, please make sure you prepare it, okay?
Huh? What is it?
The document requesting for me to be your attorney, of course.
But...
What's wrong?
Are you sure? I mean, I'm guilty. I'm a murderer.
No one's decided that yet.
But I did. I killed that person with these 2 hands.
That's enough, Maya.
It's hopeless. If you defend me, you'll lose, I'm sure.
Stop it.
Help me. Nick, help me. I'm scared.
Don't worry, I will. When is the trial?
It sounds like tomorrow.
As usual, 0 prep time. Alright, I'm going now.
Wait.
Miss Jewel.
This is called a Magatama. It's magical charm, and it's always protected me. Give this to Pearly, and I'm sure she'll lend you her spiritual powers.
Magatama received from Maya. Slightly translucent, it's small, but it has a deep, profound aura about it. Okay. I can also go back here. So let's do that. June 20th, Wright and Cole offices. It feels like I've been gone forever. But it's only been 1 day. Oh, that's right. Where's that newspaper Dr. Gray brought the other day? Ah, here it is, right on top of my desk. This is the only thing he left behind that's going to be of any help. Newspaper clipping 1 added to the court record. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died from malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. Can't look at it any closer. Now we can head over there. I hope there's not too much jumping back and forth between here and there, because it's supposed to take like 2 whole hours to get between these places. That'd be a little unrealistic. June 20th, Karine Village. I have to save Maya, no matter what. It's her life on the line. What in the world happened in that room yesterday? I don't think there's gonna be anything new to look at in here. Not really. June 20th, Fay Manor Meditation Room. The meditation room nurtures all mediums, old, young, and old. Even mediums in training, I'd wager, but it's pretty deserted today. Probably because of the murder yesterday. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ah, yes, my icon. I do quite like Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically the manga. I also like the Toei anime. I watched some of the other anime, the more main anime, but I don't like Yuki's voice in it. I just don't like his voice. Also, it's not very pretty. But yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! As in the manga, I do enjoy. Not so much the games or subsequent anime. I have not looked at those. I have ideas of playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games at some point, but the card game does not quite catch my eye. It seems like a mess. I played a bit of Duel Links and it's just like, what are these people doing? They're doing, they've managed to summon 2 whole monsters and attack me in their first turn. And it's like, I summoned Elf Swordsman. What's happening? So, you know. Well, you know, the manga's fun. Let's see. Probably some place in here. June 20th, Fay Manor Channeling Chamber. It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. I should take this chance and thoroughly check this room. If I'm lucky, I might uncover a clue or two. Oh, you're here. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. I'm on my way to go meet Mystic Maya, and I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely, tea so better you loose your tongue and draw droppingly large strawberry desserts. I'm sure Maya will be very grateful. That is Mystic Maya, good sir. Jeez, one scary lady. Oh dear, sweet Mystic Maya. Pearl wept constantly for you last night, as did I. I know it's important for me to search the site, but I should ask her some questions too, while I have a chance. Alright. I would like to ask you a few questions about what happened yesterday. Do you mean that awful tragedy? That man murdered me, so I killed him. Maya, step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head to make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next I performed the spirit severing technique. Spirit severing technique? The spirit of that nurse was inside of Mystic Maya's body. I used the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. I wonder if this kind of testimony is even admissible in a court of law. By the way, what is this room exactly? The channeling chamber. This room was created for the sole purpose of preventing such a tragedy as yesterday. What do you mean? Sometimes when an inexperienced medium calls an especially strong spirit, that spirit may become violent and revolt, as you witnessed yesterday. Revolt? But how? When a spirit enters a medium's body, she loses her will and herself steps aside. To put it another way, the spirit is borrowing the medium's body, good sir. But isn't that extremely dangerous? An experienced medium has little problem controlling a spirit. But Maya, I mean Mystic Maya, that was her first channeling. And that was why I insisted on locking the door. However, I never thought that would be calling oh. I mean, considering my channel Mia. Yeah. I suppose it's different because it's her sister. So we can technically... I don't think the people in the court have actually noticed that she's doing that. It seems they don't pay, like, super a lot of attention to Maya. Unless she's actively doing something. I feel like they maybe haven't noticed that was happening. No one's, like, directly acknowledged it outside of Phoenix, so... However, I never thought that would be calling up danger upon the client himself. I am grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in this horrible incident. And that would be... that folding screen there. It is the Quran Sacred Writings. Along with the Quran Sacred Urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one... Oh, the humanity. Odd for her to be worrying about the folding screen at a time like this. That is true. Although that's not technically being used as evidence so much as she's just saying things. I guess this isn't just some dilapidated old screen after all. So, how is Pearl today? Mr. Wright. Yes? In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. When compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has the spiritual power to become a master. That's very impressive. Until now, the women of the Branch family have thought themselves to be inferior. But Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great that it's even greater than some of the main family. Reasonably often. I try to do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting around 7 my time. I missed last Wednesday because I kind of got up late and just couldn't figure out a decent breakfast to get, and then it was late, and then Deltarune came out, and so Deltarune. But, you know, generally, I stay on track for that. This is the only game I've been playing recently. I have some other plans, but I haven't quite sorted them out well. I wanted to play that one Detective Conan and Kindaichi Case Files crossover game, but I have to, you know, read the Kindaichi Case Files first. So, might pick up some other DS game in the meantime. Like, maybe Professor Layton? I liked Miracle Mask. I played a bit of the Clockwork Kindaichi. Kindaicich. It's a detective, high school detective guy manga thing. It exists. I can't say it has any particularly standout qualities, but it's good. I enjoy it. The 27 chapters of the manga that I've read. It's also got an anime, but it had a crossover game with Detective Conan, and I like Detective Conan. I'm caught up on that, at least the manga. Taking a bit longer to get through the anime since it, you know, takes actual time and you need to actually hear it instead of just looking at it. Her spiritual strength. Which manga? Still, it's definitely not hard to find manga online in places, including ones that have not been properly translated officially. Or, you know, ones that have official translations, but there's problems with them, like Detective Conan. Because the official translation for that uses the English dub names for the characters. Twisted Wonderland. I have heard of that. Someone I'm following on Tumblr likes to make hair in The Sims for those characters. It's some kind of Disney thing, isn't it? Her spiritual strength is so great, it's even greater than some of the main family. Yes, Pearl is a channeling prodigy, and is the pride of the Branch family. Yeah. I haven't really read it. I don't know much about it, really. Wow, she's really fired up now. In any case, our world is so different from yours, perhaps it's best for you to quit, good sir. Quit? Quit what? she's not gonna elaborate, I guess. So now it's time to look at the things. Let's start with that bloodstain. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. No matter what I do, my eyes keep getting drawn to the pool of blood in the center here. Candles. We take a look at the lock. The meditation room is on the other side of this very heavy-looking door. The lock on it is broken because, well, I broke it. And it doesn't seem possible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. When we want to do something bad enough, people can do the most amazing things. Check this space. What's in here? There's some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. I hope no one is hiding back there. You don't have, like, a flashlight or something? It's a beautiful and expensive folding screen. It also looks quite old. There seems to be some sort of sacred text written on it, but I can't read it. This is... It's a hole. Could this have been made by a bullet? Folding screen added to the court record. About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. Well then, I do believe it's time for me to take my leave. Alright, please tell Maya I said hi. What was that? I mean, Mystic Maya. I will tell her. I wasn't done looking at things. There's a mirror. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is, it feels very important. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface and some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. I guess they're used during the channeling. Doesn't seem like there's much else to look at. I guess we'll go somewhere else. June 20th, Fae Manor, Winding Way. Little Pearl isn't here today. Maybe she's at school? She said this thing was important. Oh well, I can't look at it. Okay, nothing to really see here. Oh, there's a box in here now. June 20th, Fae Manor, side room.
Oh, hey, like, you're that guy from yesterday, the, dentist guy.
No, I'm a lawyer.
That's right, Mr. Smith Esquire.
That's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is Wright. Still see it even if you've seen it before. You mean the fact that the room is different when you look at the preview? I think I have noticed that in other things.
Smith's right. Well, I got like 3 letters at least.
I don't think she gets the point.
Anyway, why are you here? So, like, I studied this thing called parapsychology at the college, and...
You told me about that yesterday, the sesame seed allergy too. What I'd really like to know is why you're still here today.
Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it.
Sorry, my bad. Click on the interactive options more than once. Yeah, but they have, like, the check mark on them. They seem to have the check mark removed if they... And it just goes back to the normal yellow if they have new dialogue. Unless it's just still like that and you... Change of... I don't know what that means. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like, it's really...
That's it. Why'd you stop mid-sentence?
Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again?
If Lotta ever wanted another genuine mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. Okay, let's see this box. Now where did this box come from? I'm sure this wasn't here last night. Looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Interesting. Oh, new dialogue about bear. It's a decorative wooden bear sculpture. There's a plate attached to the base. Kodine Village, the heart of channeling. It's a souvenir. Oh, now you're gonna say something about it.
Isn't it cute? I, like, totally bought that.
Ah, so it's yours, huh?
Yeah, so, like, this village is really famous for, like, channeling and bears.
Wait, famous for bears?
But it's, like, okay. If you ever, like, see a bear, you just play dead and they, like, leave you alone.
Is that right?
Yeah, because, like, fighting back is totally of no use.
Has she actually tried to fight one? Okay. I don't suppose you know any more about what's going on than you did yesterday? So why are you still here today?
Like, there's so much for me to, like, study here.
Like what?
Like the mediums training, or like how they inherit their spiritual power.
I suppose this village is the real thing after all.
So like I asked if I could stay here for like a little longer.
She sure seems like the carefree type, at least on the surface. Have you heard about the murder?
It's like totally scary,
she says with a silly smile plastered on her face. So do you know anything about it that might help? Somehow I don't think she has a grip on reality, let alone what's going on here. About the victim, Dr. Gray.
I don't know who you're talking about. Like, wait, I think you asked about him, like, yesterday, too.
That's right. Her reaction yesterday when I asked was... You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right?
I don't know any Dr. Gray.
Oh, really? And what was all that talk about him earlier?
Huh? Well, like a long time ago, I was like a patient, yeah.
Okay, she's definitely hiding something from me.
Like, is something wrong?
Okay. I don't suppose any of this would be... perhaps I can show you a newspaper clipping.
Like, I'm really sorry, but... And I know, like, you totally had your heart set on it, but I can't, like, take it.
Who said anything about giving this to you? Okay. I guess we'll just go. June 20th, Fay Manor, Winding Way. Oh, there's you. Ah, you surprised me. And how are you today? I guess she isn't open to friendly chatting. Huh? She's still holding something in her hand. Looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Before you run off, look at this. Look at it. Oh, yeah, Maya said to give this to you. Ugh, I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next one they're channeling.
That's Mystic Maya's.
Huh? She actually spoke.
Who are you?
I'm Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya.
You worked with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right?
I'm trying to... excuse me? I bet I know who she picked Nick up from.
I know who you are. You're Mystic Maya's special someone.
What?
So then, of course, you're going to help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're going to do, right?
Well, yeah, I will.
Oh wow, it's like a beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in your eyes, it must be true love.
What? Yeah, she's certainly different than I would have expected her to be. Why am I being boiled into a bright red lobster by this little kid?
I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. What a wonderful relationship.
Wait, I mean, things aren't like... Oh boy.
I can tell you're a good person. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm going to help you in any way that I can.
Okay. So, let's hear about you. Pearl, are you friends with Maya?
I feel very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her.
Wow, I had no idea Maya was so revered.
Usually, when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad.
Oh, sorry.
But if it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her.
Where in the world did she get an idea like that?
By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from?
Which channeling school?
Yes, for example, I study the Wright technique.
Ah, I get it. No, I'm a lawyer.
Lawyer?
Yep.
Is that related to spirit mediums in any way?
None that I know of. I mean, there was, Mia. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is?
I'm sorry, but I have no idea.
Maya did say that Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. One case. Discord? Oh, I don't use it for that. I don't actually have any good place to post where when I do things, aside from every now and then on, like, my Tumblr. I won't do that. I will not be doing that. Like, 3 or 4 people have said things that have basically led up to, oh, add me on Discord, and I'm like, I don't know you. I think there might be some sort of scam going on involving that. I can see that's a different person, the person who has been talking. It did. Like, that's... I don't even know what the point would be, like... Okay, you've seen that I have Discord and my username, and now what? Are you gonna send me spam links or something? That's not gonna work. I mean, that figures. At least the other ones who'd shown up tried to at least, like, pretend to talk to me, even if their responses were a little too vague to quite check out as fully comprehensible. Yeah. Should I, like, report them? I'm not sure they did anything reportable, necessarily. I could probably block them, though. Yeah, let's just block them. Aside from their existence as a bot, I don't think they actively broke any rules that exist for Twitch itself. Maya did say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. I mean, I guess that's like, I don't know if that's against any rules. Oh no, they've shown me their Discord thing, which has shown up on the stream, so now anyone who managed to find this on YouTube when I put it up there is gonna see it, but you know, that's their problem. Hey, my button's stuck. No, I don't need that. The item in your hand. So, what's that you've got there, Pearl?
Oh, this. I found it yesterday. If you want it, I can give it to you.
Sure. Alright, well, if you really want to give it to me.
You look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick.
She not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Black key added to the court record. An old steel key, a green jewel, is set in the center of the key's grip.
Mr. Nick.
Yes, Pearls? I can call you that, right? You're too cute to just call you Pearl. Why?
Sure, Mr. Nick. Are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama?
Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you.
But I can't accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy.
Spiritual energy?
Please take this. I'm sure it'll be helpful.
It's glowing now. What do you mean?
It will let you see people's secrets.
See people's secrets?
Yes. If it's alright with you, I would like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret.
Fascinating. Okay. Is there new things? It's really old urn. Dead person. Not very interesting. Yeah, he doesn't have anything new to say about that thing. Okay, well, now that we have this, maybe we can use it to see your secrets, however that is meant to go. June 20th, Fay Manor Side Room. Hello again. We seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. I mean, I literally walked in this room to speak to her.
Aw, she's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter?
What? No! How old do you think I am? How do I... Okay, so we do this and then something will activate. I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray.
I, like, totally don't know him.
Oh. Oh, what's that? Hmm?
You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick? You can see the lock on that person's heart.
Huh? What? Check the court record? Sure. Which thing? Radiate softly a mysterious light. Profiles, Alright, we have Maya. A defendant and my client was arrested on suspicion of murder while channeling Dr. Turner Gray, age 35. Pearl, she's 8. Maya's cousin, a channeling prodigy with immense spiritual power. She's older than I thought she was. I thought she was maybe 5. Yeah, 'cause Spirit... 'cause Phoenix is what? 23 or something? He's not in here, so... Yeah. Not impossible, but... not ideal.
This is the power of that Magatama. Only you can see these Cyclocks, Mr. Nick.
Cyclocks, huh?
The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. If it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it.
Unlock? But how?
Please use Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person. And let's remove the lock.
I have no idea what she's talking about, but guess I'll give it a try.
You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop.
Well, I've got to start somewhere. Let's give this Cyclock thing a try. I'm going to ask you again. Did you know Dr. Gray?
I totally don't know that guy. Like, you're totally more persistent than a roach.
This girl is hiding something. I'm sure of it. I guess I have no choice but to remove this lock. Alright, so first I have to use Maya's Magatama. I mean, I just got here. I should be fine. Oh, I need to actually present it. The victim. Oh, it's set up like the testimony thing. Eeny meeny. I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is.
I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then where's, like, your proof?
Well, it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person. I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him.
Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly?
I should try to show that the possibility existed for now. Something that shows a possible connection between Eenie and Dr. Gray. This is kind of the only thing I have. Here's your proof.
Like, what is that?
Ouch. I guess it doesn't have anything to do with it, huh? Okay. Pearls did warn me. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you, she said. If I don't have enough evidence, I should probably stop. I should take another look at the court record and think it through one more time. What may be possible? I do believe you might have indirectly known him. Okay. It's possible that I don't actually have this thing. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Okay. We'll just have to go do something else. Probably not in here. Unless I can... No. I'll go ask around and see some other people. Someone new is in here. June 20th, Fay Manor Meditation Room. Hey, it's you, pal. So you're going to be your lawyer, I bet. Yes. Oh. I really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once, I wish I could be on your side. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, but I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. I'm not scary, honest. Wow, I never knew Detective Gumshoe liked kids. Hey, I know. I'll show you something real cool. How's this? It's a real genuine pistol. Detective Gumshoe, why are you showing her something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. What about Maya and the charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. You've got proof? Yeah, pal, that puffy-haired photographer is gonna testify tomorrow. He must be talking about Lotta. Actually, speaking of Lotta... I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember, I took some pictures of the murder scene inside. Lotta's hot pictures. I wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must have realized it by now, pal. There's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. What am I supposed to say to Pearls now? About Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like those old noir detective type guys you see on... Admittedly, I've mostly seen those in parody form, but I imagine they're doing the accent more or less. That's what I'm attempting to do, but I haven't actually listened to that actively in any way. So, attempts to replicate it are less than good, maybe. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I had cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. He's searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big. It looked really interesting, too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal? A copy of that article? I think Dr. Gray might have brought a copy to the office when he came by. Okay. About Maya's trial tomorrow. I got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which did you want to hear first? I don't really care. It doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor for the trial is Prosecutor Von Karma. Did he not go to prison? What? Von Karma? Manfred Von Karma. He was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 40 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Wait a sec. Didn't Von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. Von Karma, your face tomorrow, is actually his successor. Okay, he's got a kid or something. Successor? So, who is this successor to Von Karma? Literally, pal. It's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. His kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. I don't think you can do that at 13. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Kid, huh? Wait a sec. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? Yeah, and that's, like, got some specific time thing set to it rather than just, you know, passing existing tests or whatever. You've gotta get so many hours in assorted classes, I think. I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about Oh, no, no. This kid was born and raised in Germany. I messed that up so bad. Drank water and messed up my whole voice. What'd I do? Oh, no, no. This kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That country's got a lot of stuff, and it's a great place to develop a person's talents. Germany, huh? That's probably why I've never heard of this person. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Yeah, he tased you. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore, now that he's gone. Okay, so you wanted to see the newspaper clipping. Check it out. Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day, and... hey, it's that news story. The one about the malpractice suit. 14 patients died and it caused a huge stink. Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that. You mean the car accident the nurse died in? Oh, here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal, this is for you. Alright, thanks. Newspaper clipping 2 added to the court record. Mimi Miney, nurse at Gray Surgical Clinic, died after falling asleep at the wheel. Okay, so that's the piece we need to show her. Mimi. You don't have anything new to say, so we'll just head back over there. Hello, I have things. Alright. Oh, the health carries over as well. Interesting. What happens if you run out of health in the overworld like this? You're not gonna lose a trial, or you're just gonna pass out in the street? Lose. I mean, yeah, I figured, but like... that's like a function. What happens to Phoenix? Why does he lose? Does he get arrested for being annoying? Eenie Miney, I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is.
I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then where's, like, your proof?
While it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person, I do believe you have at least indirectly known of him.
Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly?
Harassment? Yeah, fair enough. That's very funny. I should try to show the possibility existed for now. This is something that shows a possible connection between Eenie and Dr. Gray. Check out this newspaper clipping. One of your relatives. Take a look at this newspaper clipping.
Like, what is it? A story about an accident?
Please read the victim's name.
Mimi Miney.
Miney is a pretty rare name. Rare last name, wouldn't you say? Miss Mimi Miney wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she?
So, you noticed, she was my older sister.
I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse? Perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic. Gray Surgical Clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Alright. Oh, and then it refills your health. That's nice. Now, are you willing to talk? Please, tell me all you know about Dr. Gray.
My sister's name was Mimi Miney. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
That's what I thought.
I heard that, like, Dr. Gray was really tough on people, like a total slave driver. My sis was, like, always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked.
Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel?
That guy, like, drove my sis so hard. Like, that's why the accident happened.
The one where 14 patients died from malpractice?
Yeah, like, I think that was the doctor's fault, too. My sis was pushed by, like, everyone's expectations and, like, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to death.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, like, are we done? I've, like, already told my story to, like, everyone. Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psych clock works.
Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to.
The lock this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying.
Okay. You're still here. Suppose we'll head in here. Anything? No. There wasn't anything else to talk to you about, right? No. Maybe someone's out here. Okay. June 20th, Crine Village.
Mr. Nick.
What's wrong?
I have never left Crine Village.
Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing.
You are going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi.
Hey, wait! She ran off again. Well, I know Inie's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Guess we'll head back there. Okay, nothing's here. June 20th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Who's this? Huh? Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? That voice. Mia. Even without me being here, looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's bad. Mia, you can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling on the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. But so tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister's in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what had happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me please. Believe in your convictions and fight for the complete acquittal of your client. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she had dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. Set up? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix, you already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show it to her. The key I hold. Okay. This key. The literal actual key, you mean. Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? Presumably, Maya was supposed to have it? I kind of just assumed that Pearl had grabbed it while she was knocked out in whatever room she was put in. I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But how can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have... I didn't know it at the time, but this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Oh. Mia, what's wrong? That's right, only I can see the Cyclops. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key, even from me. What in the world is going on? To be continued. Let's see. That's not what I needed. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to keep streaming, but the dog will need fed in half an hour, and since it's reached a stopping point here, maybe I'll just get up and do that now instead. Right. I'm going to go feed the dog. Also get some more water. I will be back shortly. bed. He did not seem interested in getting up out of bed, but it's there for when he does. Headphones. Turn off the text. Back to the game. June 21st, 9:48 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean...
No, I heard it's his successor this time.
Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win.
He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. Wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
It's no good.
Mystic Maya. Who is this?
Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said that they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Of course not. I ran.
I can't... Oh my. It takes 2 hours by train. Oh man.
Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train?
I give up.
It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back.
What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean?
Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick?
Are you implying that he died? I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure he's in other games. June 21st, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Hello. I think I've seen pictures of you. You exist. That's about all I got. I think she has a whip. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? How should you have a voice? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow. I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. Ow! What? Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Prosecutor Von Karma, your omitting statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood only have one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, if that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like daughter, I suppose. Start with Gumshoe. That checks out. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ugh! Get to the point already. He did do that. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's... Ooh. Hold on, something weird with my throat. Ugh. Sorry, don't know what that was. I'm good. That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record, diagram of the channeling chamber. Cool, cool. So how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. It But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Why? Where did either of these things come from? It's still my question. I suppose they could have been hidden behind the screen, the folding thing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Autopsy report added to the court record. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Cause of death. Let's see, can I look more closely at this? No, I cannot. I can look at this. Okay. Just press everything. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Oh. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints. Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Faye's, were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ugh. I walked right into her hands there. Shot was fired from point blank range. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know that he was shot at point blank? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. But before the victim was shot, he was stabbed. Do we have the weapon for that? Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the Fays, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? Ugh. This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who only listen to... A fool is a fool who only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ugh, what a pain. That's enough. We've clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into evidence. Pistol added to the court record. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Bears Maya and Gray's fingerprints. Knife. Murder weapon. A small fruit knife. Belongs to the phase. Bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Yeah. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? What happened to that other bullet? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As with the summary just now, wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change it to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. I don't think that's what generally is done. Also, shouldn't you, like, talk to Maya about this concept? If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. We can't let that happen. Your Honor, we reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright. The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir. Please present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Alright, what's this? Okay. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Bullet hole in the sleeve. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of... there certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links my fate to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this in evidence. Maya's costume entered the court record. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There were blood splatters on it. More than just that. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Huh, what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of a testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my first name. It's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Okay. This costume the defendant was wearing. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. She wears that all the time. I'm not sure it's a costume. I think it's just her clothes. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Let's see. Whoops. There's blood on the costume. Lab results show that it's the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Mrs. Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? There's, like, clearly a bullet hole in it. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Ugh, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. That's the alarm for the dog, but I did that earlier. It does seem like that. He does seem to be afraid of all the prosecutors, though. There is a thing. There's a bullet hole in the sleeve. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. Swap out the judge? Yeah, I don't think they've got another judge, though. He seems to be in every court case, despite having multiple rooms that have been used. It's always the same judge. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem that you were talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Prejudicial verdicts. Yeah. That's... Can I sit on it more precisely than that? That's probably fine. I ask the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There is a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. You were there. Oh. Oops. You were there. Surely you, like, saw it. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that this must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best if we correct the court record before anything else. Maya's costume's updated in the court record. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. Press the check button for details. Cool, cool. Sorry about that. Guess we messed up, sir. Let's take a closer look then. Okay, it just shows the picture. Sure. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. We're in real trouble now. And they had something to prove that the victim did fight back. Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somewhere, and then I'll have her. Okay, so we want to prove that he fought back. I mean, it's his gun. Where did he get that? This also had a change, so... I suppose the statement would be, he shot at her, and it just hit her sleeve. Or something. I suppose that'd be the idea here. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name's kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who without a doubt was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. Seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma? It seems that my Faye was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right. Will you stop that? Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired and added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Okay. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario you've put together does make sense. It doesn't, though. We've already established he couldn't have done much after being stabbed like that. I'm not sure where the evidence that established that is. I think it was just when the knife was brought up, but it's not actually attached to anything I have. The scenario you've put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Why? There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely that the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Kurine channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurine channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last two strings. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day. Afterwards, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? Victim took a shot, either too close and he missed. So you're saying the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim has already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me. I wonder... Now do you understand? Avant Karma's logic is perfect. His testimonies certainly make us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay. I'm not sure lack of motive is really the evidence they're looking for in this. This is definitely the issue. I just don't have an evidence that says something about that. That could just be from when the sleeve was shot. Not super helpful. Stabbed in the chest. The way it was said was that he wouldn't have had the strength to move, but nothing in here says that directly. There's no, like, further information. None of these are any help. Let's see. Use the last strength. Unless there's something with the cloak. The blood splatter doesn't seem to be anything anywhere near the hole, so that doesn't help. He couldn't have fought back. He was stabbed in the chest too hard. Does this help? It doesn't. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. It doesn't. I was kind of hoping they would have... What exactly do you want from me? I know the problem. How do you want me to show you the problem? Victim used the last of strength back. Took out the gun. Too close, they missed. Doesn't seem to be very helpful. Just picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Being very bad at things. She shoved his hand away. I don't know. That's not really something I thought about. I guess that's a thing to point out, but... That's not helpful. Holly Paw, that's not where you belong. Get all the way in the window if you're gonna sit there. My cat is behind my monitor. You're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then. Two of them were already fighting, one shot was fired. I don't know that I have anything to contradict that sort of concept. Holly Paw, I had the curtain shut for a reason. The sun is bright. What do you want from me? Where did it come from? Why did he bring a gun? Why did he bring a gun? Taking precautions against something. It's not really something to contradict, though. Seeing the bullet hole in the costume. Fighting. It would make sense to be this sort of statement, but... Is there something about this? Like, oh, there should be residue around the bullet hole? That doesn't make sense. Just sort of Is this helpful? Okay, that is what I want. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Oh, my control button was held. Why? Got stuck. Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said that the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh. But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then... That's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. There's not a lot of room to back up from where she was sitting. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? How?
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. In order to get there, you'd either have to be shooting straight pretty low, or you'd have to be up in the air. Can't quite tell if there's an angle on it. It doesn't look like there is. We have a map that shows there's not a lot of space to deal with, but I'm not sure that that's super helpful. I'm sure they're aware of the lack of space. Angles. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order, order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. If it hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. I suppose she'd just be along the line of there. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh, the judge's face is scrunched like he's just smelled some serious bad breath. Wait. I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Of course. Whoops. What's done is done, for now. I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. Yeah. Like, she would just have to be... Let me use my mouse for this. Somewhere in the line here. I guess maybe closer to the screen? She was standing here, near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways away from where the victim was shot, from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Sure it does. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screens instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Ugh. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh. All the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective. How dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Cool. Shut this curtain better now that the cat's out of it. Yeah, it does seem that way. That's how a lot of people who aren't, like, the main protagonist or antagonist of mystery things tend to be. Oh. Yeah. That seems to be just not a thing anyone cares about for some reason. Pretty sure we've had other prosecutors saying not necessarily physical harm, but general threats of various types. Who knows? Because it's cartoon logic world, where nothing really makes a whole lot of sense. I feel like I saw something about one of the games having a town where just if the defendant gets sentenced to death, the lawyer also does. I don't know which game that is, but you know. Yeah, it certainly raises the stakes. June 21st, 11:37 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Phew, that was a close one.
I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised to save me. If you lose, me and my sis's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher.
Through Pearl. What does that mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh, they'll follow him through Pearl. Yeah, maybe. Then again, Phoenix was getting, like, vague flashes of Mia during, the 5th episode in the last game. With, the one with the science girl. Scientific investigator girl. Which I think was added later when they, like, ported it to the DS, because it definitely had pieces that didn't make sense if it wasn't from that. But, you know, it's still there. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Science Maya. Is it from the trilogy only? It definitely seemed like the pieces you could... the mechanics would have fit right in on the DS. Like, you could fingerprint things by pressing a button and then you'd have to hit a different button to blow it away, which seems like it would really work with the DS's microphone. And also that one bit where you were meant to draw on the pot, which I fully messed up the first time because I didn't understand, like, the buttons I was meant to be pressing. Because it did not indicate that at all. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. No, let us all be one big happy family, okay? What a mess. Witness account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you, reckon? Of course I did. Ah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth will be in that picture. Let's see here. This here's the picture. I thought she was, like, over in the corner. The screen panned over there when it went to show her. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Lotta's photo added to the court record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Witness account. Only the dog and the defendant. Yep. Nah. Was it really only those two who went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Ugh. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber. You hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness continue. We're waiting outside the door. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? The world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell ya, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Only mentioned the one. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing. I was great, you're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And, what did you see once you broke in? This dude being Phoenix or the judge? Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, I'm the one trying to press all these, though. I'm not exactly telling to say that thing specifically. Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this, times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see. Order. Miss Hart, you're here to present an accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. With witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
when they entered. One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certain...
Oh, what's wrong with my voice?
The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly.
Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again.
I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rick Given. Rick Given. You know, you reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone's hiding out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Rick Given, I mean, I am having a little difficulty understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as Rick Ugh.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you?
Just as I thought, there's something wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. She took 2 pictures. Didn't bring out the second gunshot, but we covered that already. And we did go in after they were both fired, so that's like whatever.
At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge... I can speak. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in this photo? Let's take a look. Yeah, we can see it without the text on it, for one. Can't see the sleeves well enough to see if there's a shot through them. It's right hand. Not really seeing anything. I don't think we have anything. Well, Mr. Wright. Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove it in my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you, totally 100% impossible.
Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... The defense... Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia. Okay. With Maya, that's one thing, but this is weird. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia. Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Yeah. Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Witness account part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it. Take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Broke into the room. Okay. Ugh. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We've already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, do you happen to see anything else? I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby goes through diapers. Ugh. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. I still managed to put my camera. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Ugh. Miss Hart, where's the other picture you've been withholding? No. You got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. And why haven't you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma. Mrs. Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. I don't think this is gonna make a difference for... It's not popped up my health, so let's complain at you. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Oh yeah. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I'm so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it, that's all. How could you think? Pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Artist photo 2 added to the court record. Alright, what's up? This is not a different picture, or this is not a same picture at all. It's a very different picture. That's also just wildly not her face. Which isn't super helpful, but... Oof. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took at that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is that the person is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? A reasonable argument. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you would better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can... Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Mrs. Von Karma, a word, if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove the person in this picture is not Maya? Can I look at the picture better? It's missing shots in the... Yeah, I know, I figured that. I was looking for the how. It's missing the hole in the sleeve. Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture... Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange in this picture for court? It was the sleeve, I believe. Around here somewhere. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve. But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you You intended to hide this valuable piece. You intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Just jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to the case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Franziska, with a Z. I will say that right. Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ugh. Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know. If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Well, look, sis. You're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did the other woman appear from? Some kind of trapdoor under the mats, maybe? If you checked behind the screen and didn't see anything. Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, the person in this picture is not the defendant, and this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? to turn things around. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix. So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... I mean, both of these are accurate. But also, we don't have all the details. So I suppose they're all accurate, sort of. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. The key. The key that was not in there. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Oh, they've got a new garbage bot. Wonderful. This one's even got a link. I thought I had those turned off. Let me... Can I... Here it is. Ban. Yeah, I had the one thing they'd been linking to stuck in the what's it called? Filtered words, but apparently they've got a new one. Why is that key currently in your possession? I'll have to add that later. Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma. How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you two would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Ooh. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Or number 3, rather.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Where'd you get the key? Surely you know that. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. It says saving content, and then then it asks if you want to save anyway. Very odd. Oh well. But that seems like a good place to stop for now. We finished up the first day. And it's 10:45. It's about time to stop because people will be coming back soon and interrupting things. No, I need to open the menu. I don't want to do this. There it is. Oh, that's not. Turn to the title screen, yes. But that will be all for today. I should be back on Monday. I intend to start around 7 my time. That's Eastern Standard Time, I suppose. I should be back then, and we'll continue on with the case. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to add that thing to my blacklisted words or whatever. And stuff like that. Anything else I need to cover? Not really. If I finish up Deltarune, then I'll probably start looking into another game to play on here on like off days. Definitely intend to have the 3 days I have intended to be Phoenix Wright up until at least until I'm done with the second game, and if by then I've maybe caught up with finished the Kindaichi Case Files manga, then maybe I'll play the Detective Conan game and start doing something with that. But that won't be for a bit. But yeah, I should be back on Monday. It is Friday today, right? Yes. I should be back on Monday, and then I will continue this. Yes. That is all. Have a nice day. Goodbye.